So welcome everybody to our session on Ollie at Western Michigan University with Dr. Toni Woolfork-Barnes as our special guest. Just a couple of things we want you to know. We are recording this session, so if you're not having a particularly good hair day, you can leave your camera off. If you are, you can leave your camera on. We would love to see your smiling face. We do request though that you stay muted until unless you have a burning question that we need answered. Because that way she can kind of get through her presentation and then she's going to open it up to all of your questions. So feel free, if it's burning and you really want to know, feel free to put it in the chat box, wiggle your mouse at the bottom of the screen and you will find the chat box. If you have any issues, you drop off, you've got connection issues, whatever, feel free to email me, respond to the email that I sent you the Zoom link in, and that way I can help troubleshoot you while Dr. Woolfork-Barnes is talking. If we are hacked or Zoom bombed, which knock on wood hasn't happened yet because we protect our Zoom links like gold, we treat them very specially. But if that should happen and hackers take over and do seriously naughty things, this session will end immediately, and then we will go on to do this again at another day. All right, so about me, yeah, I think you guys all know me, but that's okay. We do this for the recording as well. My name is Amy Nichols. I am the campus coordinator at the Campus for Creative Aging, which is a division of Region 4 Area Agency on Aging. The campus is a couple of things. It is a physical location located at 2920 Lakeview Drive in St. Joe. Unfortunately, we are closed to the public right now. It is also a movement to make education, or to make aging educational and fun and creative and empowering. So we are not just a place, we're a thing. We are also on Facebook and Twitter if you would like to find us there at Campus for Creative Aging. Our website, campusforcreativeaging.org, has every single one of our classes listed now in a really nice format. So I hope you take the chance to visit that. So I am not the guest today. Our guest today is Dr. Toni Woolfork-Barnes. She is the director of the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at Western Michigan University. She has a doctorate of education in educational leadership, a master's of arts in industrial organizational psychology. I really want to talk to you about that one later. I think that's very cool. And a bachelor of science in applied behavior analysis, all of them from Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is where she's joining us from, well, from your home today, right?
Right.
Right. So welcome, Dr. Toni. You may take it away.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's doing okay. I don't see faces, and that's fine. I just want to thank Amy for this opportunity. We kind of connected, was it last year? And
yeah, last year.
And then we had a meeting earlier this year before everything shut down, and we've just been having we've had several conversations over the last couple months or so, 7 months or so. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here. As Amy shared, I am the director of the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at Western Michigan University, and I've been in the position for about 16 months. So I'm going to share my screen and go through a PowerPoint presentation. And then I would love to entertain questions or even just, kind of have a discussion once I'm finished. So Amy, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
You go for it.
Okay. You see it?
I got it.
Okay. Well. It's doing what it, there we go. No, you're not supposed to, there we go. So now I have to get rid of this part.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Something about Zoom has always got like just a little 1 minute lag to it when it's doing these.
So I think we're good.
You got it.
Okay. Okay, so again, I'm associated or affiliated with Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at Western Michigan University. And one thing I like for anybody that I have a conversation with is that Bernard Osher is a philanthropist, and he's invested millions of dollars into 124 Osher Lifelong Learning Institutes across the country since 2001. Western became an Osher Institute in 2015. I've never met Mr. Osher, but from what I understand, he is over 90 years old. He has invested his money in a lot of different areas. His income or his ability to be able to support things like Osher Lifelong Learning is because of his business investments over the years. And so because he is committed to education and lifelong learning, he wanted to be able to put something in place for a more mature adult, hence the Osher Lifelong Learning Institutes. And again, across the country, there are 124. So specifically, Ollie at Western Michigan University, we have a vision that we want to be able to provide distinctive lifelong learning opportunities in Southwest Michigan. And so in 2011, there was a group of Western Michigan University faculty who really worked hard to get an Ollie, or we refer to it as Ollie, to get an Osher Institute at the university. So they did the things that needed to happen. And in 2015, we were able to realize an Osher, become an Osher Institute at the university. Again, over 124 across the country. So we are supported partially by dollars that come in from our endowment from the foundation, Western Michigan University. We are a member-driven organization, so there are membership and course fees. And then we have individuals who make donations and then sponsorships. So that really is how we are supported. Osher Lifelong Learning is designed for mature adults who are 50 and older. This event that you see here was just, we called it, oh my goodness, a taste of Ollie last year when we could come and be face to face. But it was an opportunity for people to come together and learn about Ollie. So it's designed for non-retirees and retirees. And specifically, our purpose is to provide intellectual and cultural stimulation, social engagement for adults in an informal and lively learning atmosphere. We want to be able to enrich and extend the quality of life for participants. We want to create an academy of learners who can share what they have learned and experienced during their lives. And so basically what that means is that we have instructors who are teaching courses, and they're not necessarily just WMU faculty, some WMU faculty, but it's community members. You know, I'm looking forward to Amy teaching the course. It could be anyone that has a love for learning, a passion, a subject matter. And so again, this Academy of Learners is really what we're focused on. Part of our purpose is sharing what many have experienced as similar lifelong learning programs in colleges and universities across the world. Additionally, Ollie at WMU, we offer non-credit short-term courses and events. And since this past summer, 2020, all of our courses and events have been online. We use WebEx. Because Western Michigan University has a WebEx account, we have to use WebEx, but it's similar to Zoom. Again, it's a virtual platform. We have a travel program, and obviously it's been suspended since the COVID pandemic hit. And then although Ollie at WMU is housed at Western Michigan University, it is truly a community-wide organization with hundreds of participants and volunteers throughout the Kalamazoo region. But our geographic area is Southwest Michigan. And so our instructors, our volunteers, our students,
Toni, you broke up for just a moment there.
all are part of, me?
You broke up for just a minute there at the end of that one. So could you repeat that last sentence, please? Thanks.
Okay, let me go back. Okay, so I'm just saying that although Ollie is housed at Western, it's truly a community organization. And our participants and volunteers, our committee members, they're from throughout the Kalamazoo region. But again, our focus area or geographical service area is Southwest Michigan. But in this pandemic, we are finding that we can obviously serve people across the globe. So OLLI is designed for those who are interested in staying engaged and involved in learning beyond the traditional classroom, who may have an interest in traveling, who are interested in volunteering and sharing their gifts and their interests and their talents. It's designed for those who are teaching or want to teach. You know, we have people who have expertise and personal interests, and so it's designed for those individuals to come and teach and share with others. And then it's also designed for those who are interested in being part of a committed community of learners. So OLLI offers membership opportunities, approximately 150 courses over 3 semesters. Our semesters include fall semester, and then our winter spring semester is combined, and we have a summer semester. And over those 3 semesters, typically we're offering about 150 courses. During this pandemic, we've not necessarily accomplished that. And I could talk a little bit more about that, but that ultimately is our goal. Typically in a normal year, we would have 20 to 30 trips a year, opportunities for to socialize with other OLLI members. And then OLLI offers volunteer opportunities for you to teach, to serve on one of 9 OLLI committees, and I'll go over those also. So I'm going to briefly go through this slide. The one thing that I think is really exciting, all of us have been in school in some form or fashion where there was a test, there was homework, there were grades. But that's not the case. There are no homework, there are no tests, there are no grades. Really, the people who are in OLLI courses are there because they want to be there and they love to learn. It's an opportunity to have discussions, to be in a classroom with instructors who are excited to be there. And then it offers, so one of the things, because we are in this virtual world, one of the things we started offering is regular orientation courses for participants who are new to online instruction. So, and again, I won't go through all of this, but some of our, so for this particular fall semester, again, we would normally have about 50 course offerings. We have 24 because some of our instructors are concerned or a little nervous about teaching. So those 24 courses that we're offering, those instructors have said, yeah, I'm willing to try. I've never done it, but you know, I'm willing to try. So some of the courses, this is an example. So for example, a couple of weeks ago, there was a photography course related to how to use your iPhone for photography. There's a course, Is the Constitution Still Working? There have been quilting courses. A course, I Wish I'd Been a Fly on the Wall, Fascinating Moments in History, Michigan's Magnificent State Capitol, and Gardening. Just an example of some courses that have been offered, some courses that will be offered. And then even though we're in the midst of our fall semester, there are still courses available to register if you're interested. One of the things that we've done to enhance our course offerings is we've partnered with One Day University. And so with One Day University, because again, remember I said we offer typically 50 courses, and because we couldn't do that in this environment, what we wanted to do is to be able to offer some additional courses. And so with One Day University, we're able to do that. These courses are live streamed. They're lectures from professors from all over the country. 5 days a week, there's a live presentation, but there are over 200 archived courses that are available at any time during the day. Unlimited access to hundreds of talks about history, psychology, science, fine arts, political science, and so much more. And the courses are relevant and very timely. And no matter where you are, you can stream, you can watch a course. And then for an OLLI member, the course, One Day University, for $10 annually, and again, you'd have to be an OLLI member to take advantage of that $10 amount. But for those OLLI members that have access to One Day University, they have access through July 2021. So here are some of our curriculums. We are not curriculum, our committees. We have a curriculum committee. Those individuals are coming together to determine what the course offerings will be. A technology committee, a volunteer committee, always looking to engage additional individuals to become volunteers. We have an events committee, a development committee. Obviously, we're focused on raising funds because that's a requirement from the Osher Foundation. We evaluate everything. We have an evaluation committee, membership, marketing, and travel. So I just put this image here because this was our curriculum committee, again, in a virtual format. Last year, one of our trips was to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so I just added that picture as a graphic. We have an advisory board member. We have about 25 advisory board members. These are our newest advisory board members. And then we have an executive committee. So that's our structure. And then contact information. Here's my contact information. And you can, of course, please visit our OLLI website, our Facebook page, like everybody else. Take a look at our Facebook page and like it. And I think that will be it.
Awesome, really good. I am the most excited about, there will be classes that I no longer have a nightmare about taking a test. Whenever I'm in school, I have these nightmares of showing up. So I think that's very, very exciting. And I think that OLLI has a ton to offer this group. We are, for you folks that are not aware, we are very similar right now in our delivery and our beliefs and we are just very, very synergist. Is that a word, synergist?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
And I think the nice thing is that because of the relationship that we developed, we're trying to figure out how we work together. We don't see ourselves as competitors. So Amy and I are constantly trying to have a conversation about what makes the most sense. So, we have some free course offerings from time to time. And one of the things I've shared with Amy and will continue to do is when we have our courses, particularly when they're updated for winter, spring, I'll share that. But so I just appreciate the opportunity to just speak with everybody that's participating.
Awesome. Yes, can you please share the last slide again so that she can get the website, or unless you know it off the top of your head, I can type it in, but.
Yeah, let me just show it. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. In fact, you can copy it and put it in the chat if you want, and that way people can click on it, since we have one just joining us. And that way, yeah, if you just copy that and stick it right in the chat, it should pop up, and before you leave this presentation, Carol, you will just click on that link and it should open a new window for you.
Is all of it there? Yeah.
But if it doesn't work, no worries. When Toni's answering questions, there it is. Dun, da, da, look at that. Okay, so I did have a question though. So OLLI membership is how much a year?
It's $35 a year.
And then $10 for the one-day university, and for $45 a year, you have the world at your hands.
Right. So the one thing, I don't want to misrepresent anything. So the $35 a year, that is the membership. Our courses, we do have free courses. The majority of our courses, if you're a member, for example, and you take a course that meets once, that course would be $10. If there are 3 sessions, then it would be $30. It just depends. And so the dollars that we bring in for courses, it really is just to support OLLI. Our instructors are all volunteers. They're very kind because we've never paid our instructors. And so I just wanted to make sure I wanted to share, where those dollars go to support OLLI.
It's not inexpensive to run programs, to do marketing, to do advertising, to do, host here and that. And so yes, those just don't even begin to cover your costs. The rest of your comes from fundraising and the college and things like that. So
yeah. So
all right, very exciting. All right, anybody want to unmute and ask Dr. Woolfork-Barnes a question? Because if you don't, I'm going to keep asking her questions. Just so you know, because I'm just
Put your
nosy
contact.
that
I'll
way.
put it in there.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me ask this question. So of all the, I know that you've had to be in many of the classes, right? What was your favorite one you've taken so far?
So my favorite one is the iPhone photography class, because I consider myself a photographer. And so there's a running joke in my household. My husband is, so my nickname, because it's click click, because I always have my camera and I'm taking pictures. And so the joke is, or I always say that I do not, I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm trying to put my contact information in here. So the iPhone photography course was a good one, because I really don't like using my iPhone to take pictures unless, I'm just out and about and I'll snap a picture. But I learned so much. Like the students that were in that class, their photos were amazing. So that was my favorite one. The course that I'm also in right now is called Is the Constitution Still Relevant? And I like that one because the instructor, his knowledge of history and the Constitution is amazing. And so, and I don't know if he's an attorney, but I swear he knows that Constitution backwards and forwards. So I'm enjoying that one. So those are probably, but the photography by far my favorite.
Awesome.
I'm going to put my cell phone number in here, because just in case anybody wants to reach me, you can just call me on my cell phone.
Great. And for everybody that is here, on the link that I sent you, I did also CC Dr. Barnes on that one. So you have her email there as well, because we want to make sure you can get a hold of her and ask her any questions you want. And I will say that at the campus, we have had OLLI instructors come teach some things as well, not under the guise of OLLI, but just as campus instructors. So, and the professionalism, and you're right, the depth of knowledge is just incredible. One of them we did was on ageism, which I found really fascinating, because we all face it. We've faced it at probably every single decade of our lives. We've had ageism of one sort or another, and it was just wow, just really interesting. So
very interesting. So we also do events, and obviously our events have been canceled. But so Amy, what I do want to share with you, and maybe so once we have all the details, I'll make sure you have it and you can share it with some of your folks or all of them, is that so last year I mentioned that we had a Taste of Ollie. And so it was designed for members and non-members. We saw it as a recruitment event. But one of the things we did was we had instructors just do mini courses, so you could get a taste of Ollie. So we're going to do a couple of those. We may do one in December, but if not, we'll start doing them in the winter. So I will make sure I get that information to you as soon as all the details are finalized.
fabulous. Yeah, that would be great, because then everybody gets to try it and see what they think. And
right.
And I don't foresee us going out anywhere outside, doing any outside events for any length of time here. So I think our audience is just going to be growing when the weather gets a little more inclement. Right now it's a beautiful day, but about December, I don't foresee me wanting to go out anywhere. So I would love to do that. And as Dr. Barnes,
even last week it was a little chilly.
Yeah, last weekend was ridiculous. It was yeah. It was just icky. I actually just watched movies for the first time in a long time. So, but as she was saying, we are I'm going to be hosting something, teaching something. We haven't quite figured that out yet. But I'm excited. So if anybody has any ideas of what they want me to teach, feel free to let me know. It's probably going to be something food related, I have to say, because food is truly my passion. So if you have any food requests, let me know. I think every single one of these people on here has been on our Cooking with Chris show that we do, and I would love to be able to maybe partner with her and do something with you on that. So we'll talk about that one. Oops, I think she.
So I would love for you to do a cooking class, because we have a class. I'm going to answer. Is it Rami? Is that how you say it?
Yep, Carol. How do we?
Rami, I'm going to put that. I'm going to put the website back in there, and when you go on the website, go to the website. There's information there.
Yep, and you should just be able to click. I think it's an online form. I started it and then
Yes.
didn't finish it.
And then also I'm going to put the number in there. So if you have any questions, the office number, even though we're not in the office, we are answering the phone.
Yep, just like us, it rings in your house.
Yeah. So we do have someone who's teaching a sourdough bread making course. But if you like to cook, I think that would be great, because I don't like to cook, and I would take your course.
Oh my gosh, I love to cook. I really do. My family all moved out, and now it's my husband and I, and I've had to learn how to cook for two again, which is great, because that's the class that I host with my friend Chris Flood, who's a dietitian for Bronson. And a health educator.
Okay.
She's part of the health education team. So we host that one as a free course just for anybody. But we've talked about a couple of other things we'd like to branch out in, like, which wine to serve with this dinner, that kind of thing. So maybe we'll talk about something along those lines. Does anybody else have any questions? Because I feel like I'm monopolizing her. Sorry.
No. I'm putting a note in the chat that if anyone would like to teach a course, to please reach out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Amy, I don't know what the two of us could teach. I know you could teach Excel. I can't.
Okay. Yes, we can. We did teach that, and that was really. I have been using Excel for 25 years, I think, and however long it's been out. And I just learned so much in that class. And the amount of things I forgot it was larger than the things I remembered. So Excel is one. We're actually going to look at maybe pulling out our Facebook class again for some of those. And we will probably do a Microsoft, how to navigate some things. But I'd like to talk about like photo storage, and since you would mention pictures and how to edit, photo editing and saving and storage to make it easier, because the iPhone makes it easier. You're forced to scroll through all that unless you actually put them in folders. But
most of us don't do that.
Not make it so easy. So we're going to look at something along those lines. I'd also like to do something along the lines of technology and healthcare. That may be one of the ones we talk about, the advances that technology has made in healthcare, from my chart to everything else, how it's made. Those are one of the ones we're gonna bring up soon. So,
well, let's brainstorm. And again, if there's some things that you would like like for Ollie to share, we can share that in our newsletter. So
awesome.
Yeah.
And likewise. So. Well, if nobody has any questions, so far I don't see any. All of those ideas sound great. All right, Joe, thank you. As soon as Dr. Barnes and I get organized and we get this out there, I will make sure all of our people know what's going on, and it will probably, because we put our events out on Eventbrite, it will probably have to appear out there, but it will link to your sign up for Ollie.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that's just it. I can link it any way I need to, but it puts it out there so you can see. And everyone, if you don't have any questions, let's go.